Okay, so this is how you gut out a doe, at least my way. I always start off below the milk sac, down in this area, or you can start above the milk sac up in here. We're going to go above this time. You don't want to stab it in, you'll hit the gut, so you want to get the skin opened up a little bit first, through the hair. There we go, just get a little incision through the skin to where you can reach in, spread your fingers, and then without cutting yourself, work the hide up. You want to go to the base of the rib cage, so about right here. Get through that last layer of meat, makes it easier too. There we go. You also want to be careful not to puncture the stomach, or you'll get a smell you really won't like. There, so that's the stomach. Now you want to cut around on a doe around the milk sac. Just do the skin. There we go. Both sides equally all the way around. And then you just chuck it to the side.
So if she wasn't nursing, would she still have the milk sac?
You would, but it wouldn't be full of milk. And you want to cut this skin here down till you get close to the legs to open it up a little wider. There we go. All right, so we got her opened up. There's a diaphragm about right here that separates the lungs and the heart from the guts. There's a big piece of skin that's just like a wall. The stomach goes through the wall and the liver is attached to the wall. So I usually roll the stomach out a little bit, reach up inside until I feel where the stomach goes through that cavity, through the wall, and then I pinch it off. And some people, you can reach in and cut it, or you can rip it out. As long as you got it pinched off, you won't lose the stomach contents, like that. And just roll it to the side. Roll the rest of the intestines out. Reach up inside and you'll feel the liver. It's a pretty solid piece of meat and organ. Right here it's purple. And you can cut that out too, or you can rip it out. I usually just reach around it and pull until it comes loose. And once that's loose, the cavity is pretty much empty except for in the back here, where it goes through to the rear end. So I've got that loose. Now I got to trim around the back side. All right. So you got an area here that doesn't have much hair, and you want to cut around that. Both holes at the same time, so all the way past the asshole. And once you get the flesh, the skin part cut, you want to disconnect the parts from the meat. All right, right, so I've made a big circle around both holes through the flesh. And now you want to trim that's going to have this membranes that are attaching it to the insides of the legs. So I usually take my knife and carve it all the way around. Just about like that. You don't have to get it all. It makes it easier when you do. But now that I've got it carved out, I'll reach inside up in the cavity and I'll feel usually the bladder, you'll feel the large intestine. You want to reach in as deep as you can to make sure you don't lose any of the feces or urine inside the deer. Get a grip on the whole unit here. There's the bladder, she's already emptied out. And give it a pull, and if you trimmed enough, it should pull backwards just like that. Oop, get that out of there. Now, there's not much yet left holding anything in it. You can roll all of it out, give it a couple yanks. All the guts are now out except for the heart and the lungs. That diaphragm that's in here, you have two choices. You can cut it open, or if you reach in, you can feel the hole where the stomach went through, usually. And you can rip it open just by tearing. Now you've opened the front cavity, you can reach inside, you'll feel the heart. It's a solid ball about the size of your fist, and the lungs. I work my hands around to separate everything from the inside of the cavity. Then I reach up past the heart and you'll feel the ribbed esophagus that goes up in her throat. I grab that ribbed esophagus, squeeze it nice and hard, and you can cut it, or sometimes it'll rip. This one's pretty solid, so I'm going to grab my knife and cut it. Like that. Pull the esophagus, and both lungs and the heart will come out. So you got two lungs, looks like she was a smoker, and the heart's in a sack. So you want to keep the heart. Some people do, I don't, but it's got a sack around it. So if you just cut the sack open, you can peel the sack off from the heart itself. And then all you do is cut the top of the heart off with a knife. Like that. Squeeze any blood clots out of it. And that's good eating for some people. Personally, not for me. And that's all there is to it. It's done.
The man, the legend, Ken Bergerman.
Grab me a wet wipe out of my jacket.
All right.